Oh, what's that?
It's an arrow.
An arrow? Like the things fired from a bow?
No, this one is like a hologram. It shows you where...
That could kill someone!
You could just turn it off in the options menu, or...
Do I look like a maintenance man to you? Get someone else to do it! Ladies, gentlemen, and monsters of all ages, welcome one and all to Pain. For me, at least, as I view, share, and react to some of the most ridiculous so-called opinions on this game series that we all love. After all, the thing about opinions is that we all have one. Some of us have great ones, some of us have reasonable ones, and some of us wind up as the subjects of this video. You don't want to find yourself in that last camp. That said, firstly, a quick disclaimer that I don't hate or even dislike any of the people who said these things. I just heavily disagree with whatever it is that they happen to say in the moment. No hard feelings, I mean it. As well, if you get the same enjoyment that I do from seeing these opinions, I guess you can call them that, then have a follow over at the Monster Hunter Takes Twitter account, who has been collecting a large number of people's bad takes on the series. Alright, Commander, if you'd like to get us started.
From a article reviewing the demo of Monster Hunter Rise, it's not just the graphics that are dated, it's also the design choices. While harvestables are obvious, control pop-ups are awkward. For example, while going through my inventory, I kept getting a pop-up about how to use items. I received this pop-up not just while scrolling, but while using items. I'm still unsure as to why the pop-up occurred, and why following this did not cause it to disappear, but that was that. On the other hand, using the wire bug, one of the game's newest features, created just one pop-up. I went through the tutorial to get help on all these new features and additions at least once, but there's so very much to learn that proper pop-ups would really be helpful. This game also did away with the scout flies, which helped bring the player's attention to usable environmental effects, as well as pointed out where the monster you were tracking is. Instead, Rise just uses a big, immersion-shattering arrow.
Okay, that's quite a bit to unpack, so let's start with the graphics are absolutely not in the slightest dated. What? Have you played a Nintendo Switch game before? This game looks gorgeous on the system that it's on, and asking it to look like Monster Hunter World when that game is on the gigantic brick of a PlayStation, the gigantic brick of an Xbox, or your chunky ass home PC compared to the tiny little powerhouse that is the Nintendo Switch, of course there's going to be some changes in the literal texture quality of a fucking plant. This game shouldn't be compared to the new world's visuals or graphics, it should be compared to Generation's Ultimate and praised for its improvements. Moving on from this, what the actual fuck are you complaining about here, friend? To paraphrase, you complain that tutorial pop-ups while using items and scrolling through your item list, but then say that you did the entire training quest and wish that there were more tutorial pop-ups on the hunt. So you're angry that there are too many and not enough tutorial pop-ups? And the thing you are complaining about not having enough tutorial pop-ups is the literal thing that there is an entire training mission for to help you understand. And you're a game journalist for a living? Okay, just checking. Not to mention, ew, this immersion-shattering red arrow is right in my face. Two things. First off, that's quite possibly only a feature in the demo. But even if it's not, there is very specifically a setting in the options menu to turn it off. And it won't really hurt you in the slightest. We can see where all the monsters are on the map at all times as question marks, so as long as you generally know where a monster will start, you just have to go to the frickin' question mark that's in that zone, red arrow free. If only there was an option to create this fantasy situation, Commander.
In reference to the gunner class weaponry, players who don't use melee weapons are pussies and can keep their tips. Come back when you can kill the cattle in their limp with melee weapons like dual blades.
Oh, go suck a big fat fucking carrot, you rabbit-brained human. All weapons are valid. Every method of playing this game is reasonable and fun. Do what you enjoy and have a good goddamn time, Commander.
I've seen too many comments unironically like this. Like they seriously want the weapon to have egregious openings that hamper gameplay flow and defend it as a high skill and complex. Like, just enjoy Hunting Horn being badass. I think that, unironically though, Hunting Horn is just mindless button mashing now. Do your combo 3 times to get the extra buff and that's it. I guess it's fun for the majority, because the majority also plays mindlessly simple weapons like Longsword.
You did not Okay, where to begin? Well, okay, how about first up, the comments on Hunting Horn. Personally, you are probably aware that I'm a massive fan of the way that Hunting Horn plays in the demo, but I also recognize that there are people who mained the weapon previously and much prefer the classic playstyle, which I can respect. However, at least try to understand the damn thing before you complain about it. Do your combo 3 times to get the extra buff is such an incorrect description of the way that the weapon plays in the Rise demo. It literally doesn't even actually describe something that happens. The Infernal Melody mechanic takes more than 3 combos to power up. Magnificent Trio is unlocked by a singular combo, so what you've described is not this Hunting Horn. Not to mention leaving out things like the iframe breakdance performance, but my personal feelings aside about the horn, did you just call Longsword mindlessly simple? Not to mention the insult to the majority of the Monster Hunter community saying that we all prefer said mindlessly simple weapons. Just because you don't gel with a weapon or you don't understand it doesn't make it mindlessly simple, it's just not for frickin' you. Longsword especially. The variety in the combos and the options that the Longsword has is staggering. Not to mention the skill ceiling of the weapon compared to the skill floor because of all the counter-based gameplay. It is one of the most skill-based weapons I think I have encountered, just because when you do well with it, you get rewarded, but when you do real poorly with it, you get punished hard. Learn to play, random person on the internet. Commander!
It is a children's game designed for kids. There isn't really a wrong or right way to play it. You'll be fine. Play how you want to.
Excuse me, but okay, first calm down, let's find the positive. This person is essentially, in their own way, saying, feel free to play whatever weapon or playstyle you want because they're all totally reasonable to play and enjoy the game with, and I totally agree with that. However, it's a children's game designed for kids? What? Are you sure that we have been playing the same series? I would be goddamn flabbergasted to see a 7-year-old solo Fatalis. When I was 7 years old, I was playing Spyro, the motherfucking dragon, not the official title of that game, and 7-year-old me thought that that game was hard, that dragon was hard to deal with. So even in the world where there are a few children here or there who do play and enjoy the Monster Hunter series, this series is anything but designed for them. We tear apart wild creatures with massive beefy weaponry and turn their skin into female armor with thigh windows. Classic children's entertainment. Commander?
Hopefully Rise will ditch the stupid lives system. Getting a shared lives system and dealing with people getting one hit was aggravating. I hope you don't like infinite restocking then, because that's why monsters can one-shot. It's been 3 shared lives for literally over a decade. Just hunt solo if you don't like it. Yeah, hunt solo. I'm up to the Elder Beasts on Monster Hunter World, and I basically went, no, deleting now, way too hard for me to do.
Oh God. No, okay. You say that shared lives is dumb because everyone else gets one shot and uses your carts. But then you continue to sarcastically say hunt solo, as if solo hunting is insane, and as if you have tried to do these solo and failed a ton yourself. In which case, where the fuck do you have ground to stand on to complain about other people dying in your multiplayer quests? If you are not good enough to not cart 3 times to something before you kill it by yourself, how can you be angry at random people for carting 3 times in a group of 4? Okay, I actually don't think I like this person. I know at the beginning I said what I said, but this might be the exception, and I'll tell you exactly why. This message tells me that this is the type of person who blames everything that goes wrong in their life on other people. I don't like it. Take responsibility. If the issue is that the game is hard, say that the frickin' game is hard. Don't say this dumb shit. Take your lumps like a real hunter and either genuinely ask for help from people who know what they're doing, or get the hell out of here with this bullshit. You know what, Commander? Pack up, go home for the day. We're done. It's ones like this that just remove brain cells from me one at a time, like plucking hairs, and I can already feel my brain going bald. I've been Cotton Dinosaur, and these have been some very questionable takes on the Monster Hunter franchise. Do you agree with any of these takes for some reason? Do you have any hot takes of your own you are tempted to share? Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet. This is the brand new outro to tell you all the things that you do that we love, so let's start with something simple and say, oh, we love your eyes. When they're watching us play video games, when we make a bunch of jokes that are kinda lame, or when they gaze upon our failures as we try to kill the monsters or important news about the kingdom Animalia. Rage, Continent, Hollow, we're all here, talking about the things you want to hear. So if you want to be the first to hear, like and subscribe and the bell and we'll cheer. Some of you are patrons even though we are all the noobs and you're the pros. There's nothing we can do to thank you. No, really, there's nothing we could possibly do. Goodbye.